Hey everybody, it's Dr. Rock. I'm now going to do my top 100 albums, my favorite albums. Of course, this is my list. Your list is obviously going to be different than mine, but I did want to go through my top 100 albums. I'm going to do them 10 at a time, so the video doesn't end up being 2.5 hours long. So I'm going to rate these 100 through 91 on my top 100 list. And we are going to start off with Insane Clown Posse with the Wraith, Shangri-La. Now, obviously, ICP gets a lot of flack, but to be honest with you, I've seen them live, and their live shows are unbelievable. I actually went to this concert with my oldest son, Thomas, down in Minneapolis, and it was absolutely crazy. I was by far the oldest person there with Juggalo makeup on, but it was one of the greatest live shows I've ever seen. The Wraith by ICP is number 100. Number 98, or 99, I'm sorry, is Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. Now, this one's kind of an odd one because, of course, that is not necessarily my kind of music, but the year that came out, I was struggling a little bit, and I listened to this CD continuously for about 6 months. Absolutely loved Alanis Morissette's voice. This album is absolutely amazing. So if you haven't actually heard it front to back, you should definitely take a listen to it. So Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill at number 99. 98 is going to be a little Cypress Hill self-titled album. Obviously, what can I say? Cypress Hill, I mean, the OGs from back in the day. How I Could Just Kill a Man, Hand Him a Pump. Great CD. Obviously, love Be Real's voice. Sen Dog, great mix there. Those two definitely complement off of each other. Cypress Hill's self-titled album, still one of my go-tos when I'm in a old school mood for some weed rap, or if you want to call it gangster rap. So Cypress Hill, self-titled album, number 98 on my list. 97 on my list is Listen Like Thieves by INXS. INXS, by far one of my favorite 80s bands. Absolutely love everything about Michael Hutchinson's voice. Love the sound. This album, absolutely way different than obviously Kick and X when they got really into the pop stuff. This is more of a rock album. If you're not familiar with Listen Like Thieves, definitely take a listen to that album. So 97 on my list is INXS, Listen Like Thieves. 96 tonight is going to be Eric Clapton's Ocean Boulevard album. I mean, what can I say? It's slow hand. I'm surprised it's actually this low on the list. But I really didn't start getting into Clapton until later in my life, so I'm still trying to find my Eric Clapton stuff. But Eric Clapton, obviously one of the great guitar legends, if you want to call it. I do have other Eric Clapton albums on my list as well, but the Ocean Boulevard album, unbelievable album by Mr. Eric Clapton. 95, Digital Underground, Sex Packets. Now, for those of you that know me, and for those of you that don't know me that are just watching this, the Humpty Dance, one of my go-to songs for karaoke, just because I can actually hold myself pretty good with the old school rap stuff there. Obviously, great songs on there besides the Humpty Dance. They had same old song, Do What You Like. Obviously, rest in peace to Humpty Hump, passed away way too young. Sex Packets, another one of those go-to albums when I'm in my old school mood. I kick on a little Digital Underground, of course, where Tupac got his start as a backup dancer and did a little bit of rapping on a few of their songs, of course. Great album, great live band. I've seen a lot of their live concerts on YouTube and stuff, so definitely check out some Sex Packets by Digital Underground. 95 is going to be Eric Clapton, Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run. I mean, what else do you have to say? It's the boss. Born to Run, great song. This album is pretty much front to back an amazing album. So don't have much to say about Bruce Springsteen that you already don't know. But definitely check out some Born to Run by the boss. Great album. Love it front to back. Hence the reason why it's on my top 100 list. 93 tonight is going to be Squeeze. This one is East Side Story. So I don't have my glasses on because of the glare on the camera and the light. So Squeeze, very underrated band. Obviously Paul Carrick, amazing voice. Everybody knows the one song Tempted by them, which is unlike pretty much everything else on this album. That was a big radio hit for them, Tempted. But if you're not familiar with Squeeze, definitely check out East Side Story. Unbelievable album by an amazing band. Yeah, another one of those go-to albums when I'm in the mood for something kind of unique. 92 tonight is going to be a little Steely Dan. I mean, what else do you have to say? It's Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill. Steely Dan, Walter Becker, Donald Fagen, absolutely amazing songwriters. Love everything about the sound of Steely Dan. I love the synth jazz, kind of postmodern jazz stuff that they do with the horns and the great bass lines and everything like that. Of course, lyrically, those two are unstoppable when it comes to music. So Steely Dan, number 92. And this one here is one of those albums that I picked up at a record store in the bargain bin for $1. Now this band is called Sea Level, and the reason I bought it is because the album cover looked cool. Got it home, started listening to it. Unbelievable music. So of course I did a little research on this band. So Sea Level is actually the backup band for the Allman Brothers Band. Of course, Duane Allman and Dickie Betts decided to part ways, and the band decided they were going to keep going. They actually have 5 albums out. This one is by far my favorite of theirs. This one has got a song on there called Shake a Leg, which I absolutely love. So check out Sea Level if you're interested in some nice beachy themed kind of mellow music. A lot of instrumentals on their stuff, but amazing album. Obviously in my top 100. Granted, it was a bargain bin dig through, just thought I'd try it because the album cover looked cool, and I found an album that I absolutely love, and it'll go down with me for the rest of my life as my top 100 albums. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, my top 100 albums. Recap them one more time for you. Insane Clown Posse's The Wraith, of course, Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill at 99, Cypress Hill Self-Titled at 98, In Excess Listen Like Thieves 97, Eric Clapton at 96, Digital Underground Sex Packets 95, Bruce Springsteen Born to Run 94, Squeeze East Side Story 93, Steely Dan 92, and Sea Level at 91. I want to thank all of you for taking time to listen to me talk about my favorite 100 albums. I'm going to put another one up here in the next couple of days. That'll be 90 through 81. Obviously, give me some ideas, comments on my post. What you think, why those 10 albums should be maybe higher on my list or shouldn't be on my list. And of course, Organized Chaos, Dr. Rock's Organized Chaos on Facebook. And of course, subscribe, like, and comment on my post here on YouTube. Everybody have a great rest of your time. We'll see you on the next episode of Dr. Rock's Top 100 Albums in my collection.